I was working for.
Right.
I had gotten a job overseas at a Chinese company, taking a step down, but I wanted to travel.
Right.
I saw a young man getting robbed, and I jumped out of the car, tried to grab the guy, and he started running. But he had robbed the guy, so I was just going to grab the guy, and he turned around and shot me. And I saw how he turned, and I kind of turned my body to make a smaller target, and it went in and out just past my vertebrae. And I was like, wow, war veteran. And I come back to Memphis, helping somebody, and I get shot.
Wow.
I was like, wow, I felt like it was a stereotype. Like the system had failed me, or I had failed the system. Laying in the hospital bed, I had a daughter that was roughly 1 year old at the time, maybe 1.5. My son was like 6 or 7.
We will get you on this show, talk about your dreams, aspirations, goals, whatever you want to discuss that's going to help somebody get better.
Wow, war veteran. I come back to Memphis, helping somebody, and I get shot.
Wow.
I was like, wow, I felt like it was a stereotype. Like the system had failed me, or I had failed the system. Laying in the hospital bed, I had a daughter that was roughly 1 year old at the time, maybe 1.5. My son was like 6 or 7. And everybody was like, man, that means you're not supposed to go take that job. And I said, no, it only means that I should have taken the job a long time ago. It's time for me to go. So I left everything I knew, still scars down my stomach, to take a position because they held the job for me.
Right.
And there, to me, was an obligation to at least go over there. And when I got there, everything was different. And I said, the food, the living quarters, the experience was totally different in ways that I had to adjust to the food. For the first 2 to 3 months, I was, let's say I couldn't keep anything down because it was just a different sort of lifestyle. And I knew, I came into the office and the guy said, oh, you're American? You won't be here long. And he meant that because typically English-speaking, or Westerners, as they would say, don't do well in areas that there's no English being spoken.
Right.
English was spoken on the ships that I was working on, but Chinese was the language. They were all Asian. Singapore, Malaysia, and just a few Westerners. And I was the only African American that I ever saw in the 3.5 years I worked over there. But when they said that I wouldn't make it, I was just like, huh? What do you mean by that? And that was like a challenge to me. First of all, as a person. Second of all, as an American. And I don't believe in failure. So I ended up making manager within 2 years, again. Fell in love with a wonderful Chinese woman. Those experiences, it taught me that anything is possible. Learning Mandarin, learning Portuguese, anything's possible. I know most people who are against me would never stand against the odds that I've stood in. And when you have stood on your deathbed and you've stood in the face of opposition, adversity, when people says you're going to fail because of the way you look or where you're from, I smile because that they just told me, hey, you just gave me all the fuel that I need to succeed.
Right.
And I can't say I love it, but it's happened so many times that I know I'm going to succeed. It might take longer in some circumstances, like the Jazz Lounge. I thought it should have been open maybe 6, 8 months ago. But it's not time yet. When it's time, I'll succeed in that area. People say I've moved up to a certain level, and I think I'm still like a child in kindergarten. I'm a student of life. I learn from people. I learn from people around me, no matter how old they are, where they're from, and this fuels me. It's a blessing to be able to do that.
You didn't say you said you didn't quite love it, but I think you love the dirt. You know, like,
yeah.
like it just makes you grow.
We have to identify in us, we have to identify the genius in us. Each of us is a genius. Believe it. It doesn't matter what school, what your grades are, you have genius inside of you. You have creativity inside of you. I'm not an artist, but if you see some of the properties that I've renovated and built out, you'll say, wow, there's a certain level of detail I'm going to follow. I like certain colors. I like things to flow together. I like earth tones. It's like a canvas. I love that. I loved the Security Surveillance Department of NCL. My director was a retired Navy SEAL, a wonderful guy. We meshed perfect together. But when it was time for me to move forward, 2010, I received a huge financial blessing. And I had to say, you know what? I'm done with this career. It's time for me to take a new challenge on. And we started the real estate company. We've been rolling ever since. 2015, we started a restaurant. The opportunity presented itself, and we started a restaurants concept. We didn't do well in the restaurant concept. The concept did well, I'm sorry. The location of the restaurant sucked.
Right. Where was the location?
Oakland Park.
Oakland Park? And what made that location suck? Like for any realtors or anybody here trying to
convey it to everybody. No matter what your marketing analysis shows you, it shows you that if you have food and you have 50,000 people driving by, you should do well.
Right.
Well, I didn't drill down. That was my shortcoming. I didn't know how to drill down and find out, cheesesteaks, wings, but you don't start that until 10 a.m., 10:30, 11.
Yeah.
25,000 people on their way to work have already driven by.
Right.
So all you got is a lunch crowd now. The lunch crowd was phenomenal. But guess what? We needed that dinner crowd too. Guess what didn't happen? The other 25,000, because of location, they would have had to come down, pass the shop, make a U-turn in traffic, come in, purchase, get back in traffic, and then head on their way. Not gonna work.
Right.
So we had the right location, the right concept, but the right concept, but the wrong location. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So Yelp still has us very well because we have a food trailer while we're carrying the brand. But do I like restaurants? I like the camaraderie that restaurants bring.
Right.
I don't like necessarily restaurants, but I like having a restaurant in the Pilgrim Group brand. And that's what the Pilgrim Group is. They're the parent company of some wonderful brands.
And these brands include, let's list them out.
Wow.
Let's list them out.
Oh, man. You make this a long conversation.
Okay. And all of this will be.
Well, we're launching the Miguel Pilgram collection. So that's launching in spring. New York Subs and Wings is a family-owned brand started by several family members. It was a great team, but we had to make some changes. And that's what the beautiful part of entrepreneurship is. You learn things, and you don't quit because that didn't work.
Right.
You tweak it. So now we're adding a smaller restaurant, but a jazz lounge to it. Downtown Fort Lauderdale, which in the next 2 to 3 years is going to have anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 more apartments and residents within 1.5 miles of us, as well as the Broward County Courthouse. We're 1 block west of the Broward County Courthouse. So the location is right.
Right.
The concept is right. It's just a matter of getting it open. And of course, the real estate aspect, Pilgrim Group is executive suites. We have that office downtown next to the restaurant and jazz lounge location. Right. We rent executive suites out to tenants. But under that, there's Tare Holdings, who owns a residential aspect. There's South Haven Ventures, who owns a residential aspect. There is Marglip Investment, who owns our commercial aspect of real estate. And each of these does hard money lending, so we lend money out to those that are trying to buy homes or what have you. and we finance that. So there are different aspects of this thing, and I guess I kind of am involved in try to manage them all.
That's a lot. But I mean, are you like investing into these and letting them run as their separate entities, or are you actually like coming up with ideas and running all of these companies?
Yeah, I run them all.
So you're
Yeah,
actually...
I have a team though. I have a CFO. She's a family. She's a great friend. I have other family members that are related to either her or me that they help. And then the team itself consists of neighbors, people that we've known for a while. My office manager, my executive assistant, who you talk to, she's been a neighbor of ours for 3 or 4 years.
Right.
So there was some level of familiarity there. And now she's working with us because she has a skill set. So it's all about reaching out to people you know who know you about business. So that's a fine line. Most of the time when you have friends, oh, Edward, okay, well, I'm not going to get up. I'm going to come in at 10. I know I'm supposed to be there at 8,
Yeah.
but I'm coming at 10.
Yeah.
We're friends, and it's okay.
It's okay.
No, it's not. I would have to give you the same respect as I would give any other employee and show up on time. That's what it is. In fact, I should be even more dedicated to showing up on time for you than I am a regular person, because you have a path to success. And through you, maybe I can achieve my success much easier than through someone who working at Dunkin' Donuts, who the owner of Dunkin' Donuts doesn't even know you. But the owner of Pilgrim Group, he knows you. And he can help you develop. That's what you're supposed to do. We're not where I want us to be, but we're getting there. And part of that is community involvement. Part of it is developing talent around you, and if it wants to be developed.
Right.
Sometimes talent does not want to be developed. And that's frustrating, knowing that people around you that may be related to you don't want to go to that next level where you know they can be successful. But they're waiting on you to help them, or you tried to help them, and they're not doing anything for themselves. You have to invest in you yourself first.
Right.
I didn't have a college degree, but in order for me to be certified to be the senior manager of the security for one of the largest security departments globally in the world, I had to go a different route, get more experience, get my accreditations. So where a degree didn't help me, my military experience did, but I had to get DNV certified, U.S. Coast Guard certified, Merchant Marine certified, to do all these things. So you're gonna have to go get some accreditations, whether you do it in college, or you do it in journeyman school, trade school, or get certified.
Right.
You have to try to be better.
Right. You have to gain knowledge.
You do. You do. If you want to be good in that field, then go after it. Maybe you don't take the traditional route, then there are other things you're going to have to do that the guy taking the traditional route may not do. In order to get those, I had to go overseas, where if I got a degree in marine technology, maybe that would have been easier. I don't know.
Yeah.
But my path was more fun, more fulfilling.
And more character building.
Yes, yes.
I think that's the biggest.
And everybody doesn't want to do that. They're
Yeah.
content. They don't want to go out of their comfort zone.
Yeah, they don't.
Leave everything they know to follow their success.
I mean, there are some things that I do or say like to people. I'm like, you're crazy. Like, why would you do that? You know, I'm like, because I like it. I love the dirt.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
Thank you.
I created this whole thing. Now I'm speaking to you. I started a show like a couple of weeks. Well, not a weeks. A couple of months ago, a year ago. I would never do this.
Absolutely.
You know, I didn't even
So
think
you're
I was
evolving,
good enough
Edward.
to talk.
Yeah,
You know,
you're
behind the
evolving.
camera.
You're evolving.
Exactly.
That's evolution. To be the actor one day, and then move to being producer and director, and now you own the whole company. That's called levels.
Right.
When someone there said there are levels to this, there are levels to this.
Yeah.
No matter how much money you have, you can't grow your company without connections. Because a lot of people that get to this level, they like money, but they gotta like you first. I won't sell one of my properties to somebody that I don't like. I don't care what the number is. And you can look at all the periodicals, the papers, people that have worked with me. If I don't like you, I'm not gonna sell you anything. And the other thing is my product is top notch. If I sell you a building, a warehouse, it's right. It's not something that you didn't know what it was. You know immediately that this property has been renovated to a very high level. If you call me a year from now and say, oh, Miguel, the pipe burst, the plumber says all the piping here is bad. And I would tell you, put the plumber on the phone because I replaced the piping. That's the sort of character and transparency that helps you get to your level of success.
Right.
When people know, regardless of what's on that paper, Edward said he was going to help me. If Edward doesn't help me, I don't care what the paper says that I'm enlisting his services and paying for it.
Right.
You would have no honor with me. If I said I was going to help you, or I'm opening that door, and for some reason you expect me to get ready to open it so you can leave, and I don't open it, I get over here, I'm doing this, and you're going to say, this guy's not keeping his word. I'm wondering if he's lying to me. Until I'll tell you, hey, Edward, I'm getting ready to open that door now, okay? That's transparent. That's honor. Honor your word.
Right.
That takes you so far past money, past anything else. Honor your words. And that's the challenge that we face.
It's like character.
It is. Your character and integrity. I only deal with people that honor their words. If you don't honor your word, I either keep you down here or I put you way over there. That's it. If you have a habit of telling me you're going to do something, you don't do it, I forgive you. That's how you are. But I don't forget you.
That's true.
And it's not venture. You can't do business with people that don't. Oh, you can do business with them, but you can only do business to a certain level.
Yeah.
Because every single time you're going to think and have a second guess, and you shouldn't have to second guess people when it comes to high level business or any business, period.
So I feel like you would make transactions, but not investments. Like you invest into character, into
Yes,
people.
absolutely.
And that's when I asked you, do you invest into business? No, you create them. And I think that's pretty.
You have to create your opportunities. Everything that you want to do. You tell me, what's your bucket list right now? 4 things. You got 15 seconds to give me 4 things that you have to do.
Inspire the world. Provide a healthy lifestyle for people through nutrition and healthy eating. Get my mom a new house.
Okay.
And the last thing I want to do is leave a mark on the world.
Ooh. You said inspire the world. Nuh-uh. You gotta
No,
back
that's
it
the
up.
same one.
Okay.
The last thing I want to do is actually build the biggest mobile personal training company.
Boom. Okay. So you got these 4 things. Now, you've written that down. And mine is different. I have a different process. I like to write the things down that I want to accomplish annually, every 6 months, every 2-3 months, and check it off the list. But every morning or every night, I have my list of things I'm doing.
Right.
Sometimes the list grows. Sometimes I don't get anything down on the list.
Exactly.
But I have a plan of action. So all I have to do is execute. Those plans change throughout the day, but I'm executing. I'm executing. So when I look at it later on the night or the next day and flip back and say, wow, you didn't get anything done. If I didn't get anything done on my list, that means I probably did a lot of other things.
Right.
That's checked off. So I'm executing. I'm moving forward to those goals.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
I could keep saying these 4 things. If I do nothing,
Oh man.
execution is actually
Okay.
It's worship.
Universal power is here.
Execution
This
is
connection is here, brother. It's here. Stop saying it. Don't talk about it, be about it. Don't tell me what you're gonna do it. I'm telling you, I'm gonna open a jazz lounge in this clothing line.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it again. You're gonna see it. Look on the Instagram. It keeps you updated. Look on my Facebook. I share this so people say, man, you're inspiring me. You're supposed to. And that should fuel you. Fuel you in knowing that the responsibility is greater than just self. Responsibility is greater than just family or the people you knew or grew up with. They're gonna change. Everybody isn't called to do what you're called to do. You have to be motivated by things that most people are not. Motivated by things that people are motivated by. What keeps you going? Little steps, and you can see the achievement. That's it. Find your passion, and if you haven't found it, experience this. Do different things, go different places. And that's how it's done.
That's how it's done.
And put that energy out, it's coming back to you, it's reciprocal.
Exactly.
And you get bigger and stronger, and you give out more energy. And next thing you know, you're like, wow, how did this happen? Because you're doing what you're supposed to do. If it's all about you, you're not gonna get there. You're not. And I've been giving and a giver my whole life. If you're a taker, you're taking your own life.
That's so true.
3 things. Set goals, modify those goals, execute, finish. Talk about it once, be about it all the time. And never forget, there were those before you, there will be those after you. That's it.
I like that. Wise words from wise man. Thank you very much
Thanks,
for
Adam. I
coming here
appreciate
on the Unlimited Power Show, Miguel.
Hey, thanks. I
Please
appreciate
make
it.
sure you follow Miguel's Instagram, Miguel on Facebook, everywhere, because you want to stay inspired. And you know, I hope I could probably help you build your personal brand. You know,
Yeah.
like with this video here.
Pilgrim
and,
Group.
Pilgrim Group. And I see some amazing things.
Yeah.
And I've definitely got to come to the jazz.
I know
jazz
you're coming.
lounge.
I know you're coming.
I'm gonna be there.
I know you're gonna be there.
I'm gonna be there. Speaking of those, just what is your Instagram and your Facebook so these people could follow you?
At Miguel Pilgram, Miguel Pilgram, Pilgram.
Okay.
It's very simple. Or NY Subs and Wings, New York Subs and Wings. We have the website Pilgrim Group. We're getting that renovated right now, built up because it's antiquated to say the least.
I want to leave you with one thing. Like Miguel said, just set these goals and do everything that you could do to make those goals become a reality by taking small steps of action.
No days off.
No days off.
No days
You might not know how it's going to happen. Just make it happen. Find a way. And if you give the positive energy towards the world, it will come back to you.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much for tuning in. You have a wonderful and blessed rest of your day.
Absolutely.
It's good.
Absolutely.